Hi everybody, this is our class on being able to create a resume. Now we're using Microsoft Word to create this resume. I'm not going to show you all the ingredients or attributes of Microsoft Word because we have to spend at least 15 to 20 hours probably on it. But what we are going to do is I'm going to show you how to use Microsoft Word to create a resume like this. So what we're going to do is I'm going to basically copy the resume that we have here and move it over to this document on this side of the screen. Now, you've got to type. There's no way around it. So if you're a hunt and peck type of person and you're going to go into a job where you need to type, you got to get your typing speed up. There's lots of different typing exercises on the internet that are free. You probably have to go through advertising since it is free, but at least to get you up to speed is being able to know exactly where things are on the keyboard, so you don't have to just hunt and peck all the time. Take forever to type. All right, so you have to type John Smith, and you have to type the phone, you have to type the email address. Now, how did I get it in the middle of this document? Well, in the Home tab, in the paragraph group, you notice that I put my pointer up here into something that's highlighted, and this says center. And what it does, if you click on center, it will center whatever you have highlighted. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight this entire document, this entire text, and then I'm going to move it over to the left. And you see where it says left align? I'm going to click on left align, and it moves it over to the left-hand side of the document. If I want to go back to the center, I put my pointer on the center icon. Click on it. If I want to align it to the right, if you so choose, you can go ahead and align it to the right. Doesn't look very good, so you've got to click and put it back onto the center. Now, I just wanted to let you know to highlight something, especially if you're highlighting a group of text, click, hold, and drag, and that will allow you to be able to highlight. When you don't want to highlight it, just go ahead and click away, and that will unhighlight it. Here we go again. I've got my mouse. Click, hold, drag, highlighted, click away for unhighlighting it. Okay, so we got our address and phone number and email down. So now we've got to get the professional summary paragraph over here. So now, you type out professional summary, but there's something different here in professional summary. Professional summary is highlighted. It's also bolded. It's also italicized. So how do we bold and italicize text and keep the other text normal? Well, you've got to highlight it. So I'm going to highlight this, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to undo the professional summary so it looks very much like the text that follows it. Now I'm going to highlight it by clicking and dragging. I also can highlight it by holding my control key down and double clicking on the word. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and double click on the, double click. Whoops. I'm on shift. Excuse me. Good. Okay, so now the computer knows that I'm going to be doing something. There's an action item that's going to be going on with professional summary. So what I have to do is I want to format it so it looks a little bit different. It stands out for the reviewer. I'm going to come up to the Home tab, the font group. See where it says B? That means bold. So I'm going to click on bold, and you'll notice that it's bolded here down in the text. You see I? That's italicized. It'll also italicize it. If I wanted to underline it, I could underline it. Now, to be able to see exactly what you did, you click away to be able to see what's going on. It's easier to see. Now, if I want to go ahead and bring that back to get rid of the underline because it's kind of like overkill, I can come back to these icons where it says underline, click on it, and once you click on it again, you'll notice that professional summary is no longer underlined. Okay, so let's go down and let's get experience going on here. So let's tap on experience, and you come over here, you hit your enter key a couple of times, you type out experience. Now how come experience is so large, and how did I get it large? Well, if you highlight it, up here you know in the home group, in the font, all you have to do is click on B to highlight it, right? So you click on B to highlight it. But how come it's larger? The text is larger than the paragraph above it. Well, up here in the font group, you'll notice that there is a font style, and by the way, what I mean by font style, you can get all kinds of different styles that are associated with writing text. See where it says Calibri and Calibri Light? That's the default font style for Microsoft products. You also have the ability, all right, to be able to change the actual size of the text. If I click on, see where it says 14? If I click on 14, it goes from 8, and notice how experience is now dropped down as far as size, all the way up to 72. So you have choices in here. I'm going to bring it back to 14 because I like 14. It has a good style to it, and it's bolded in relationship to the professional summary above it. Okay, see where it says Family Historian? So we're going to go ahead and click on Family Historian. And actually, you're not going to click. You're just going to go ahead and type it. And you do the same thing here. I'm going to unbold this. All right, I'm going to bring it back to where it was before, 12. So you write Family Historian. Now, what are we going to do to format it so it looks like experience? Well, I'm going to highlight it by clicking and dragging. I'm going to come up here and I'm going to bold it. And then I'm going to come up here to the size, click on size, and I'm going to bring it up here to 14, which is the same size as experience. Okay? Then we hit the enter key a couple of times. And you're going to type out position, freelancer, Control C. And then we're going to go down to key achievement. And you're going to type that out. Hit the enter key a couple of times. Now, you know how to create this formatting, italicizing key achievement, don't you? You type it out first, right? There you type it out, and you're going to highlight it. And you're going to come up here to the italics icon under the font group in the Home tab, and you're going to click on italics. And if you wanted to bold it, you could bold it, couldn't you? We're not going to bold it, so I'm going to untick bold and move my pointer away from the sentence that says key achievement so I can see what I did. All right. Now we're going to go down to responsibilities. Now this is a little bit different from what we've been doing before. So I want to get that over for you so you can see it. All right. So responsibilities, you know how to do responsibilities. You type it up, you come up here, and you do a bold, don't you? Okay. Type it up, bold. All right. Now, how did I get all these bullets down here? Well, that's another icon up here in the ribbon. If you notice, up in the paragraph grouping, we're still in the home group, the home tab. In the paragraph group, you'll notice that right above, left of line, we have these little bullets here. Put your pointer on it, the text comes up that tells you what these little icons are. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put in one of these so you can see what it looks like. I'm going to put in research associate. Now, how did that bullet get there? Well, if I click on Research Associate and I come up here to the bullet icon and I click on the bullet icon, boom, you see how I did that? I have Research Associate. And if I wanted to go ahead and add another bullet, I put my insertion point after the E in Associate, hit the Enter key. And what happens is that because the initial writing had a bullet in it, it's going to help you by continuing to insert bullets. Once you get down to the end of this, all right, and you don't want to have a bullet, you see I've created another bullet. All you need to do is backspace and you'll be able to get rid of your bullet, okay? And now you'll be able to write whatever you'd like to write. All right, so let's go ahead and put another bullet in here. Now the problem is that we have this space. How do we get rid of this space that's here? Okay, now we could backspace, couldn't we? Okay. Or we could delete the space that's there. Let's see if we can delete the space that's there. What did I do? What I did was there was a space there, okay? And I want to get rid of that space. I took my finger, I looked at the delete key on the keyboard, and I hit delete. And that space has been deleted. All right? Now, I've got research coordinator, I got research associate, and coordinator all bolded. How do I no longer have those bolded so it's very similar to the text that's underneath of it? I click and drag, come up here. You see it's telling me that those are bolded. I don't want it to bold in the font group. I click on B, I click away from it, and I've now created my bullets. All right, the rest of this is basically the same. You're doing the same thing over and over and over again to be able to go ahead and create this resume. All right, so that's about it for this particular video. Give it a shot, and I'll see you in class.